And welcome to the Scratticus Academy. We are back with some Hika Guard today. So before I hand over to the very lovely Heavenly, I'm just going to run through a few things first. Please check out the links coming up in chat now. That includes our Discord. We have a channel specifically for this game. If you'd like to go check that out, we'd love to hear what you think. Also, please retweet the tweet, because when you retweet the tweet does stuff. Every time you hit 10, 20, you name it. Every time you hit 10. If you have missed out on any episodes so far on this game or others, we do have a YouTube channel that you can go check out and see all the playlists for everything on there. Also, a huge thank you to our wonderful sponsors who we couldn't do this without, in the form of Hero Forge. And I talk about how amazing Hero Forge is all the time. It's about to get even more amazing. They're about to launch a Kickstarter, and there are early bird rewards. If you go and join their mailing list, there are some very exciting things to come. Also, the wonderful Mage Hand Press. If you like D&D and you like space, basically you stick them both together and you get D&D in space, and it's shenanigans. It's wonderful. It's amazing. So go check those out as well. And last but certainly not least, the Deck of Many. We have the Deck of Many Things, the Moving Magic Spell cards, which you see us use on the channel, and also Humblewood, which is probably one of the most adorable, wholesome books you'll ever see. So please go check them out as well. Otherwise, I'm going to hand over to the very lovely Heavenly. Oh, hi.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 3 of the Hika Guard. We've not been having a lot of episodes because of so many breaks, but we're back. We're in it for the long haul now. And we're up to some space shenanigans, which are much like Earth shenanigans, only colder and with less gravity, or more gravity. Or the same amount of gravity.
So many options.
Gravity varies. Should we go around and introduce our Alice usually introduce everyone. And
I was going to say, I realized I didn't do that. So it's okay. First of all, we'll go around and say hello to the very lovely Hans. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. It is good to be here and lovely as always. Don't forget, everybody, Alice has a Patreon, which you can check out. It is in the block of text that is over here to the right somewhere. It's like a scavenger hunt. If you don't know where it is, that's going to be one of the fun things you can do during this show.
And who are you playing, Hans?
That's really secondary to your Patreon. But yeah, I'm going to play Kai Suzuka, the mystic who is sure to do absolutely nothing wrong this entire game.
I just plan on remaining conscious through this one. Okay, and then we're going to hop down and say hi to lovely. Is it Wraith v ESG?
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
So, hi, I'm Wraith v ESG, or Godfather Wraith v on ESG on Twitter or on Twitch. I'm playing Sendra, who may or may not be a spy and may or may not be up to no good.
Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And then we're going to hop over and say hi to Buggy2077. Oh, hi.
Howdy. Sorry, I didn't want to unmute. Buggy, you can find me on Twitter at Buggy2077. I'm a screenwriter, and I'm playing Detective Mickey. He's a little bit of a panicky detective because he just wants to make it to retirement. he just wants to make it.
Only 3 days till retirement. Perfect. Who's the? Oh, it's me. Well, I have a Patreon, as you may know. I'm also White Rabbit Pick. Alice, the other half of the Scratch Academy. I'm a DM as well as a player, as you can see on the channel. Otherwise, I'm going to hand. Oh, and I play Imogen Carter, who is a fully capable pilot. It's about the only thing she can do, even if she can't stay conscious most of the time. Otherwise, I will now hand over to the lovely Heavenly. Oh,
We're back. So where we left off last session, some things had happened. There was a fight, there was a ship, there were multiple ships, and one of those ships, which was maybe of particular interest to Kai, was a ghost ship. And the ghosts are a kind of pseudo cult, a group of scientists who now live exosuited, and the sightings of them are quite rare. And there's a very high bounty on their head from the Church of the Stellar Flame, which is one of the few sanctioned religions in the hegemony. And I remember Kai being particularly interested in kind of exploring the ghost ships after they have all been knocked unconscious. Imogen, I don't believe that you killed the ghosts. Is that correct?
I don't think we killed any one. I think we tied a lot of them up. Like I had a grappling hook. I remember grappling.
They're definitely tied up. They're definitely tied up.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're tied up.
Before we get to that ship, Mickey, do you operate out of an office, or does your ship serve as your office?
Oh, Mickey has an office.
What kind of office is it?
Very shabby. Like there's papers everywhere, like an overfilled ashtray, a sock on the floor for some reason. He's everywhere.
You know, I just got a package today. This is a true story from my partner's mother, and in it was one of his socks that he had apparently left at her house. And it was I felt very blessed that she had mailed it to me.
I always love your little life stories. They're my favorite thing.
She sent me a buttermilk pancake recipe and a sock, which I hope is clean. And
okay, but she sent you the sock.
No, it was addressed to him.
Oh, okay.
To be fair.
It wasn't just like, surprise.
I meant we kind of in the like me in the royal sense, you know. Okay, so you have my partner's sock on your floor. It's clean. His mom sent it to you. Do you typically take local cases, or are you kind of a star hopper?
Local.
All right. So then this may come as a surprise to you, where instead of someone knocking on your door, you receive a ding on your p-hone, which is just so everyone knows, in canon, everyone has p-hones. They're very similar to iPhones, how we would recognize them today, but they're standard issue. You get them at birth in the future. Everyone gets their own p-hone, and it does everything. Okay, it's a calculator, it's a computer, it's a p-hone. It's a nude sending simulator. You can send nudes anywhere to anyone at any time. It's great. It's a great piece of technology. So everyone look forward to that. They're coming. Not the nudes, I mean the p-hones. And you receive a little ding on your p-hone. And it is a request for a video chat.
I'm going to accept it.
All right. You accept it, and this is very, very advanced stuff here. You know, it's like in Star Trek when it has the little hologram. What was it? What's the thing? What's the technology that made it so Tupac came back? Was it a
Hologram?
hologram? Yeah, it was a hologram.
holograms.
I want to make sure I was using the right words. In the future, Tupac is everywhere. Tupac runs mini shops. He's like one of the most popular hologram forms. But this is not a holographic image of Tupac. This is a holographic image of a woman. And she says, Detective Mickey?
Yes.
My name is Joy Das, and I have been told that you get results.
Well, I mean, yeah, technically you get results. Yes. Yes. What do you need?
My wife has been missing for a few months now, and I don't think the police are really looking into it.
Are you sure?
Am I sure that my wife is missing, or am I sure that the police aren't looking into it?
At this point, we could say both.
I'm definitely sure my wife is missing.
Okay.
Because I haven't seen her for a few months, and typically I see her daily.
Okay, I'll just jot that one down. So you want me to find your wife?
I do.
Okay. Any idea on how far do you think? Where? You know, let's start with this. Where? Last place you saw them?
The last place I saw her was, I said goodbye to her when she left to go to work. We live on the planet of Mem. I'm not sure where you're located, but we're in the Holt system.
In the Holt system? Okay. I'll tell you what. What's that planet? What's it like on Mem?
It's wet. The planet is basically an ocean. And you notice that she's wearing a raincoat, but she's indoors, so it's weird.
Okay. I got floaties somewhere, but I'll see what I can do. The Holt system.
You don't have to swim. There's land. There is land. You won't need to swim.
You never know.
Well, maybe. We all learned to swim pretty early on here. I mean, I've been swimming since
I don't take
as a
chances.
child. My wife is. She's a great swimmer.
You never know. I gotta make it like a week and then I can quit this. But listen, I'm taking the
What?
floaties.
What?
Detectiving.
Okay.
I phrased
I'm
it.
sorry. I just want to make sure that I know I'm hiring a detective who is quitting in a week. Is that just so we're on the same page here?
Well, yeah.
Does that mean if you can't find anything out in 7 days, you're just gonna give up?
Oh, don't worry. I'll see through this. This will get seen through.
Well, why don't you meet me here at my home? And she taps a little bit on something that you can't see, but you can hear, and then coordinates are sent to you, an address and a little pinned location on G-Maps. Giga Maps is what it's called. And she says, why don't you come to my home and we can speak about this in person? I have her last known location. She was working at a site not too far from our house, some ancient ruins that had been found. She was working for one of the senators here, an ambassador for the planet.
Okay. I'll see when the next ship is out and I'll meet you there.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Sorry.
Do you want to talk about chart payment or charging me, or what's?
We'll talk about that
now
in
or
person.
later. Okay. All right. What if I don't have enough money though? What if when you come here I don't have enough money? Then what do we do?
That's their problem. That's a tomorrow Mickey's problem. I'll see you there.
All right. She disconnects before you do. So. I know you're not super familiar with the system. So basically wherever you are in the system, you're probably not too far away from any other system. So whether you want to decide that it takes you a long time to get there or no time at all, the narrative will remain the same.
Okay. Yeah. Let's have some fun on Raincoat Planet.
Sandra. Similar question for you. You're not a detective. You do a little bit more work in the shadows, so to speak. Do you operate out of a home base? Do you have an office, or do you kind of change locations, identities, paths often?
I'd say he might have a apartment, but it's the typical drifter looking apartment where it's got as little as possible so he can disappear without losing anything.
Okay. And how do your contacts usually contact you?
What's the most stereotypical way I can do this? There's a park that he will frequent, and there is a statue. If they have something for him, they will put it under the statue's foot. There's a compartment, and then they will hang something from the hand.
Do you go to the park every day looking, or every couple days?
He probably goes there infrequently, every 2 to 3 days.
Okay. Well, this has been a couple days, and you're making your, semi-regular, semi-infrequent trip to the park, and you see, in fact, that there has been a small ribbon kind of tied, not even tied, kind of laid. The statue's hand is outward, and it's been laying across, almost like to just a passerby. It would look as if something stray had been caught by the statue in the wind. It doesn't look like it's put there with any purpose, but you recognize this ribbon, this mark, as being an indicator that something is waiting for you in the secret compartment.
All right. He would go over there and carefully reach into the compartment, take what he needs, and then continue walking on, not looking right away. Would find probably an alleyway to duck into, or a sheltered doorway, and take a look at what he's got.
Cool. So you look, and it is a small chip. Everything pretty much, the future is paperless. It's very eco-friendly. And so it's not a folder full of paper. It is, so the papers that Mickey has laying around everywhere is like nearly blasphemous, because who needs that much paper? It's just ridiculous. It's wasteful. And so you see how this small little chip, and you can put it into your pihone, and it gives you a readout of what probably is a very familiar layout to you. It'll have either a location or a target, kind of bare bones information, and then it'll have a price tag. And you typically operate, I'm sure, where you get half up front, half at the end, standard kind of spy assassin fare. And so you plug this in to your little mobile device, and up pops a planet that you've known. Perhaps you've worked there a couple of times, but it's a pretty well-populated planet. It is the planet of Mem in the Holt system. And in the dossier, there are some photos of very strange looking ruins with a couple of spots circled, some notes kind of detailing artifacts that have been found there, but it's not the artifacts that are of importance. There's a suggestion that hidden within these ruins, there may be a way to open the Hantu Gate. Now, the way that interplanetary travel works in this system is that you have to travel to a gate, and there are very few known gates. They don't always lead you from one system to the other, and they're unchanging. They're the only way to get through to these different systems. If you were to just travel to the system throughout the gate, you're looking at thousands and thousands of light years. This is the only way that trade, communication, and kind of movement can happen. So this idea that there's this unknown Hantu Gate that has always existed in the Holt system but has never been opened, no ship has ever been able to pass through, if this were true, this would be a pretty big deal. And so this dossier and this unknown source, whether or not you know their true identity or not, they stress to you the importance of whatever this ruin has to tell. And they include a pretty hefty sum. This may be the largest job you've ever been offered.
Okay. He's gonna send the confirmation, take the disc out, throw it on the ground, smash it under his heel, and walk off.
Great. And same thing, kind of no matter what system you're in, travel between is pretty quick. It's not going to take you any longer than 5 days to get there, no matter where you are.
All
But
right,
it doesn't matter how far away you are, because you're all going to arrive at the same time, because that's how the story works.
Right. It's funny how that always happens.
Whose kitty's in the background? I hear a
That's
noisy little
me.
kitty. Aw.
Yeah, that's my Max. She's a sweetheart when she wants to be.
Yeah. Hi, Max. M-A-X.
Yep.
Hi, Max. All right, Imogen and Kai, we are back to you. You have just knocked 3 people in strange suits unconscious. The 2 friends that you had made not too long ago, Mady and Sylvana, have left on Sylvana's super cool rocket ship. And you are now alone with just one other ship and then the 2 jet skis that you had used to get to the island.
And what is the status of our collection of children? I mean, Kai is still wearing baby number 1 in the ergo baby type carrier on his chest.
Who's baby number 2?
This is what
Didn't we
I'm
get something?
asking. Have I forgotten a child?
Didn't we collect one at the end of last session?
I kind of feel like there was, but I don't, like, now you've said
you
it.
had Alice, the archaeologist had given you like a little carving of a kind of unfamiliar looking beast. Remember that he told you that was made from fin fungus?
Yes, the fin fungus child, the one I put in a bowl.
You guys were going to put it in water to see if it grew, but at this time it is not alive.
Then I cradle a bowl of fin fungus in water as I turn to my companion, holding our other child strapped to the front of him.
Lana appears to be sleeping.
Fin fungus needs a name.
You'll have to do that yourself. I already came up with Lana's name.
Oh no, I'm talking to Kai. I'm like, fin fungus needs a name.
Not right now. I need to touch this ship.
You want to touch it?
I want to touch it.
Why do you want to? Okay, is that a good thing? Is that a safe thing to do whilst holding sleeping, screaming baby?
Ask me again in 30 seconds.
Oh god! And I hold Fin Fungus out the way slightly. His name is now Fin Fergus.
His name is Fin Fergus.
Finn. Ooh, Finn.
Finn, but Fin Fergus.
Very good.
I really hope he grows into something so I don't have to always carry around a bowl.
You look, and it does look to be a little bigger. Just slightly. And when you touch it, it doesn't feel as firm as it was. Before it was like a very kind of, not heavy, but it definitely felt weighted. It felt like something. It's starting to feel a little looser.
It's like a nice spongy creature in a bowl. Good old Fin Fergus. So
Kai, you approach the ship. You're touching it? Are you just touching the exterior, or what's happening here?
That's my plan. I'm going to touch the exterior of the ship.
Okay. You touch the exterior of the ship, and I don't know how many ships you've touched. I don't know Kai's history, but it feels like a pretty typical ship. It feels solid. You can feel the slight hum of power. It is on.
So, what'd you get from it?
I mean, nothing. It's the ghost ship. I mean, I expected something to happen. I expected there to be a deeper mystical connection, but no.
What did you learn?
Oh, the ship's on.
Well, the light's flashing up at the top. Of course it's on.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't. It's not a lot. I didn't get very much.
Should we go on board? I mean, there's got to be something in there.
We probably should go on board, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a lid for this bowl? Like, if I could put holes in it, and
I don't
so
know
it can
where you got the
breathe?
bowl from, so I don't.
It's an ancient bowl from the temple. Okay.
This was once a sacred communion bowl, and now I use it to grow my fungus child.
It's that, or it's going to be one of the archaeologist's lunch boxes, so it's one or the other.
There is no lid. This is not ancient Tupperware.
Damn. Okay. Then I just balance the bowl as I go up onto the ship.
How full is it of water?
Just enough to keep it moist, to keep the little Finn Ferguson moist, and then I'll top it up if he runs out.
Okay. Are you guys entering the ship?
I think so.
I think we are definitely entering the ship.
Side by side, two abreast, one after the other.
Yes. I don't know now for some reason. We should watch each other's backs.
That's a good idea. I'll go in first. You walk in backwards.
I was going to say, are you going back to back? Okay.
Stop moving backwards.
As you enter the threshold into the airlock of the ship, Imogen, as you come in, you hear a sound. The both of you hear a sound, and it goes, doo doo doo. Please stand by for decontamination.
Oh my god, I cover the bowl.
And the door slowly begins to shut, and steam comes out. A light mist. It feels like a rain shower. And this goes on for a really long time. And then
An awkwardly long time.
And then the mist stops. And then it starts up again. And it continues again for quite a long time. And then it begins to sputter. Yeah.
Can we leave the mist, or are we literally just stuck
No.
in the mist?
You're
Okay.
stuck. You're in a decontamination chamber right now.
Okay.
And it starts for a second time. It stops, for the second time. And the voice says, "You may now remove your suits."
Oh, we didn't put those on.
No, I like my suit. Nice suit. I paid a lot for this jacket, which you've just
You may
drenched.
now remove your suits.
She sort of pretends to take off her jacket. Done.
You may now remove your suits.
Oh my god.
Take the little flap off Lana's head.
Yeah.
Okay.
You do recall that the ghosts do wear exosuits, like
Yeah,
hazmat
but-
suits.
But we're basically just wearing
We're
wetsuits.
literally in our fancy coats.
Yeah, but you don't know where ghosts wear under their exosuits. The answer is no.
We're definitely going to find out this episode. Let's.
That's what this is.
Is there an interior door we can go through?
It's closed.
Ah!
Okay. 2 ways we can do this. 1, you figure out what the ship wants. 2, I cut through the door.
It wants us to take off our suits. You can see she sort of looks up and it's like, computer?
Yes.
We've already taken off our suits.
Incorrect. I still
No,
sense fabric.
I'm pretty okay. This is this kind of thing. It's a bit chilly out, And I think I'm gonna leave this on for now, especially as I've just been sprayed for 10-15 minutes.
My interior is temperature controlled for your pleasure. I
Well,
mean comfort.
we both like different temperatures. And also, so do the children. You don't understand. The child in the bowl has to have a certain temperature for the water, very different to what my friend and I need.
Fine.
I don't want to cook him.
The door opens.
And I just look to kind of
Super slowly.
yeah, just watch it go. Are there like any cameras in here or something I can just look up at?
Will you please at least do the courtesy of removing your shoes?
Of course. And I sort of
yeah.
start to pull off my long boots.
We're not animals. We won't do that.
God.
Please do not sit on anything or lean against any walls.
Right. Okay.
Because of
Yep.
the clothing, right?
We can do that. And she's like looking at Kyla. We just got decontaminated.
I think this is what the heresy was.
Oh yeah. And sort of starts walking, or like if it's not open fully yet, with the bowl, like trying to slide in sideways to the main part of the ship.
Okay. Yep, the door opens. You walk in. It feels like a pretty standard ship. You know, you're walking into what is probably the pilot deck. You see the main operations for the vehicle. There's a hallway, and down the hallway you can see what appears to be a type of mess situation. But Mickey and Sandra, after X amount of hours or days, depending, you arrive at the main port of Mem. And you have both been directed to the visitor's dock, which as the two of you land your ships, actually, Mickey, are you coming in on your own? Are either of you coming in on your own ships, or did you book passage?
Booked passage.
Okay.
Well, Mickey did.
Centra, did you fly your own ship or did you book passage?
He booked passage also.
Okay. Well, then you both are on the same ship. It's one ship that lands.
Oh, convenient.
That's nice. That works out very well for me. The ship lands, and there actually weren't that many other passengers on board the ship. Mem is a nice planet, but it's not like a prime touristy place, and it's also monsoon season. So it's not really the greatest time to visit. So there were maybe 3 or 4 other people aboard with you. Half of them human, half of them Mamesh, which are like the fish people who are native to the planet. And as the ship lands, the captain comes over the intercom and he says, "Hello, friends and foes." It's just a little joke. This is your captain speaking to all of you. We have landed on the planet of Mem. Thank you so much for booking your flight with us here at L7322737 Voyages. We hope to see you again soon. It's always a pleasure. And please go ahead and make your way off of the ship. Do make one last check of your quarters to make sure you haven't left anything behind.
Mickey's just gonna double check, like open up the storage compartment, seeing if anyone else left anything that he could give back.
Nope, no one left anything.
Right. He's gonna put one floaty on and then the other one, and then go for the exit.
Are you putting them on your arms?
Yeah.
Or is this a waist floaty?
Oh no, these are the 2 ducky arm floaties.
Are they see-through?
No, bright yellow.
Okay. Do they have like duck? Are they shaped like ducks? So does it have like a duck head protruding, or does it have ducks drawn on it?
Yeah, there's just one big duck head coming off of each arm.
Cool. Great. That doesn't feel like it would help you in swimming, but okay, you put on your floaties, and as you two are getting off the ship, in a semi-orderly fashion, there is a stewardess, and she's like, bye, bye-bye, goodbye, bye, enjoy your time, bye, bye, bye-bye,
Bye.
bye.
Sandra walks by without much of a glance.
She notices, and she's like, were you quiet the whole ride?
He was.
Yeah. Okay. They definitely are talking about you when you leave. They're like, God, that guy was so weird. He was like so quiet. Like I came up to him once when he was eating and I said, how was your day? And he didn't even say anything to me. Oh my gosh, I hate this job. So as you get off the ship, you see that there is the customs and there's a person behind the desk, but it's a very easy process getting through customs. You were just asked to declare any weapons, bioweapons, nuclear weapons, aerosol, lighters, any liquids, any fruits, any large amounts of cash, any fish, any poultry, any hot new bands that you've heard? Any good TV shows you've been watching lately?
No, I
Nope.
don't really watch TV.
No.
Just-
If you have
Just space letter Kenny.
the man working at the desk is like, I love spacemen. Fucking men. Am I right? But you're able to get through customs pretty easily, much easier than, you don't know this, but you imagine that maybe some people for some reason harass the customs agents and make it very difficult on themselves to get through. And in fact, this was a very quick and easy encounter. But some people, for whatever reason, like to draw it out and call people's managers, and just do stuff like that for no reason. Some people, I don't know, maybe some criminals. Anyways, that wasn't you guys though, so don't worry about it.
Are we good?
You make it through.
All right.
Now, Mickey, you have the coordinates for someone's house. Centra, you have the coordinates for an archaeological dig on an island.
Okay. Well, Sandra is immediately going to set out looking for a ferry or passage out to the island.
Okay. Mickey, what would you like to do first?
Probably just follow the coordinates. Go to where I gotta go.
Okay. Sandra, let's follow up with you first. So when you get through customs, you come out kind of on this ring that's indoors, but has these large glass windows so you can see out. And the first thing that you see is this large rolling ocean. And you realize that where you have landed is very close to the ocean, but there is a little bit of land. And it's this ring shape, and on either side there are two doors out. But when you first come out of customs, you see in front of you there is a information desk, and there is a Mamesh person standing. I'm not sure if your character feels like very confident in knowing alien bodies and whether or not you can tell whether they're of what gender. So there's a Mamesh person at the information desk.
Right. Yeah, I think he'd at least be able to recognize the superficial details like that with most alien races that he would come in contact with.
Okay, yeah. This appears to be a Mamesh man.
Okay. Hello, sir. I am looking to go to an island. I'm here for some research, and I was told there was an island with archaeological ruins that I should look into for my research.
Well, hello, sir, and welcome to Mamesh. I'm so happy to hear that you are interested in archaeological ruins. our planet is rich with ancient history, and we have thousands of islands and hundreds and thousands of ruins. What sort of ruin were you looking for? Something haunted? Something dangerous? Something tropical?
This was okay. He got all the details, so help me out. What type of island was it? Does he know the exact location?
You know that it's an island that's very close to this port.
Okay.
And you know that, let me see. Did I have a name? I don't remember if I had a name for that archaeologist that you all met last session. I don't think I did. It's not in my notes. I'll name him right now. His name is going to be Feldman. You know that there was a Fellman in charge of the dig.
Okay. I know it was nearby here. A friend of Dr. Fellman said he had been digging there and found something I would find interesting.
Yes, Dr. Fellman, of course. He is an attaché of Hachi, who is the ambassador here for Mem. Wonderful, wonderful. We don't have any ferries that take you out to that particular island. I would recommend that you talk to Hachi, as he is in charge of the dig. And I see here, and he taps at his computer, that it appears to be a private contract. So unfortunately, I am not able to offer any further assistance.
Very well, thank you. You said contact Mr. Hachi.
Ambassador Hachi, yes.
Hachi. Okay, thank you. I will do so. Then ambassadors aren't the type of person you can just call up or look up their phone number and call. So he's going to definitely have to figure out a way to get in. So he's going to at least proceed to the embassy.
Okay.
See if he can see what he can find out.
Yeah, this embassy embassy is located here in this ring, and you're actually able to find it very easily because next to the information desk is one of those kind of like kiosk things that tells you where you are, and it has a map of all the locations. You said that the embassy is quite a short jaunt away.
All right, he'll head straight over there then.
It's a pretty non-assuming embassy. You head over and there's a door that marks it as an embassy of Mem. But there don't appear to be any guards. And when you approach the door, it opens for you. And it opens into a very lovely looking seating area. There's a desk with a receptionist, a human woman, and another door behind her.
All right, he's going to approach her. Hello, ma'am.
Oh, hello.
I would like to have a word with Ambassador Hitachi, please.
Oh, of course. And may I ask what this is in regards to? Do you have an appointment?
No, I do not have an appointment. I just recently arrived here. I'm looking to do some research on a nearby island. A friend of Dr. Crap, I forgot his name already.
Felmer.
A friend of Dr. Felmer's told me there is something on the island, on a nearby island, that would aid me in my research.
You are a friend of Dr. Felmer?
Not directly. A friend of a friend.
Oh, I didn't realize Dr. Felmer had friends. All right. Of course, let me just ring the ambassador. And she begins to type on her keyboard. And she says, please take a seat. I will let you know as soon as he's ready.
Thank you. And he goes and sits down.
All right, Mickey. You have the coordinates. Because you have the address, you could, I don't know, you could map quest it there.
Yeah. I'm gonna follow the directions to a T through Gigamaps or
Gigamaps, yeah.
Gigamaps.
You are able to find it pretty easily.
Ooh, this one was solved.
Yeah, you solved the first part of the case solved.
That's a win for Detective Mickey. Now let's knock on the door.
How do you knock? What's your knocking style as a detective? Do you like pound on it or?
Just a casual. Want to not make a scene or alert or freak anybody out.
Are you a quiet knocker?
Yeah. I was trying to figure out how to word it, but I just can't. So yeah.
Okay.
Double drop kicks the door.
You knock, and after you knock, and as you knock, you hear some movement inside, and a woman comes to the door, and you recognize this is the woman who initially called you, and she immediately recognizes you as well, and she says, "Detective Mickey, thank you so much. Please come in."
All right. Miss Joy Das.
Yes, please. You can just call me Miss Das.
Okay. All right. So, shall we have a seat?
No. Actually, I'd prefer if you didn't sit. I'm sorry, I just cleaned all the furniture.
I'm not hurt by that. Okay.
She does sit down though.
Oh boy. So, let's talk to me. Give me everything. Tell me it all.
Well, my wife is an archaeologist, and a few weeks ago, she went out to a local ruin that she had been working on for the last couple of months. Pretty standard affair. However, a few days before she went missing, Ambassador Hachi came and took over the dig, which is quite unusual. Usually these things are managed by the university or perhaps an off-world research party, but for the ambassadors to get involved seemed very strange. He brought a really very strange fellow named Matthew Felmer, and he introduced himself saying that he was going to be the lead on the dig and continued wanting my wife's support, but warned her that the direction of things would change. She didn't report anything strange, but a couple of weeks ago, she just never came home.
I guess a very important question I should have asked earlier. What is your wife's name?
Annis.
Annis? Okay. All right, so you said the local ruins and Ambassador Hachi.
Yes.
Okay. I think I might know where to start. Anyway, thank you very much. He's not sitting. He's gonna walk over to the door. Oh, wait a second. Payment.
Yes, of course.
What's the currency here?
Just cred.
Cred. All right.
Cred. We pay. I can pay you in vibes. Do you take vibes?
I'm chill.
I'd be happy to give you half of what you are asking for now, unless you prefer to be paid up front.
We could do half now, half later.
Wonderful. Whatever you name, she'll give you half of it. She'll transfer half of it to you.
Sounds good.
I hope this goes without saying, detective, but I'm hoping that you can find my wife alive with as little damage as possible.
I can understand that. But don't worry.
If my wife is dead or something has happened to her, I would like you to kill whoever you think is responsible, if that's something you do. If it's not, I can hire an assassin. I just wasn't sure kind of if you did everything.
I'm just a detective.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's another. Okay, I'm gonna bye.
Maybe you can recommend some. Okay, we'll talk about it when you find her.
Yeah. He says, bolting.
You leave, and shortly after you leave, you hear the door open as you're walking away, and she says, "Do you want to know where the embassy is?"
That might help.
All right, I'll send you the coordinates. I feel like I made you uncomfortable. I'm sorry.
It happens.
I didn't realize that you weren't okay with killing people.
Well, I mean, it's not ideal.
I'm sorry again, but maybe if you have any friends you could recommend, maybe a discount. Just something to think about while you're doing your job. I mean, of course, obviously, I hope she's alive. So hopefully we won't even have to deal with this. But just something keep in the back of your head, maybe. If you wanted to try murder for the first time, I'm happy to pay you for it. Anyways, and you get a beep, and she goes, "I've sent you the ambassador's location. It's the embassies. It's not too far from here. Good luck."
He's gonna pull out his little notepad and write, "Stay on good side."
And she says, "Is that paper? Are you using paper?"
I was just writing down what you said. Yeah, sometimes, the written word mightier than the sword. Bye!
She sent you the location to the embassy, and it's right back where you started.
She's sending me in circles. All right, follow the coordinates.
All right. You get back to the embassy. You find it very unassuming. You approach it, doors open right away. You see that there is a receptionist behind the desk, and that there is... Center, are you a human?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You see a fellow human sitting in a waiting area.
Howdy.
Greetings.
Oh, wow. What a busy day here. How can I help you?
Hi, is Ambassador Hachi in today?
Do you have an appointment?
I'm gonna quickly do that little flash, what could look like a badge, and just Detective Mickey, hi, sticks out the hand to shake.
I'm sorry, what did you just flash at me?
Oh, that was a badge.
A badge from whom?
The detective agents. Okay, is he in, please?
Can I ask the purpose of your visit?
I just want to ask him a few questions. It's nothing bad. Just a few questions.
And you said you're a detective.
Yeah.
I will get in touch with him and see if he has any availability, but there is a queue forming, and she motions to the other gentleman. So it may be a while. Please take a seat.
Thank you.
Would you like anything to drink?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, good, because we don't have anything.
Well, I'm glad I answered right.
She's now done with you. She's typing at her computer.
I just walk away and go sit down.
Yeah, she's like that, I guess.
Was she like that with you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what they say. Work in the government, never smile again. That's what they say.
Yeah, I've found that to be accurate.
Oh, you work for the government?
Used to be military.
Oh, nice. So what are you here? What brings you here?
I am looking into some potential aid in my research.
Oh, what are you researching?
Gate travel.
Ooh. You see, I usually just travel by ship, but that sounds dangerous but fun.
Well, it's the only way to reach other galaxies, and
Oh.
you've gotta find a way to make it happen. So, and I hope you understand that I don't want to divulge too much.
Oh, no,
you
no,
never
no.
know.
I understand. I understand. I don't want my name on a list to be hit. I'm good.
Exactly.
Anyway, what's your name, stranger?
Hi, I'm Dr. Hara.
I'm going to stick out my hand to shake it. Detective Johnson. See, I have a little smirk.
Sandra kept a straight face.
Wow, tough crowd in here.
Hmm.
So you like my floaties?
Very stylish, I guess.
Oh no, they work. I'm not drowning here.
As you two are making great small talk, very natural, it appears that you two are getting along really well. The doors open and a human man walks in. He's very unassuming looking, but he is a little scuffed up. You see Mickey and Sandra, I think that both of you probably are well attuned kind of to the way that people carry themselves, any things that they may be hiding. You're good at body language, that sort of thing. You can see that he has some scrapes on his elbow. His pants are a little dirty. There's a rip along the collar of his shirt. And as he comes in, he's clutching a vase very tightly to his chest. And the receptionist looked up at him and she says, "Oh, Dr. Felmer, goodness, you look like a fright. Please go on in. I'm sure he'll be happy to see you." And he goes, "Whew, boy, do I have such a story for him. I was attacked and it was crazy. And then all of a sudden jet skis came." And as he's talking, he disappears into the office behind the receptionist desk and it closes. And you do not hear any further what he was saying.
Sounds like they had a blast.
Sounds very intriguing.
Just a little.
And the two of you, of course, immediately recognize that the name Dr. Felmer was fed to both of you.
Wait, Felmer. Did they say Felmer?
Yes, they did.
All
I was
right.
not aware he was still here.
Everything is turning up, Mickey. All right.
Imogen and Kai, you have made it into the ship. You've been asked not to touch anything because you're dirty. And your clothes are dirty. But you have taken your shoes off, which is very nice of you. What's your plan from here?
I think look around and see if anyone else is on board.
You can't see anyone. It's not an open, the design of this ship is not an open floor plan. So there are some doors. There are some walls. So you can't see into every aspect of the ship, but you don't hear anything. There's no one in the pilot's chair. There's no one in the mess.
And I think Imogen's sort of looking around, moving, and calls up to the computer again. Computer, is there anyone else on board other than us right now?
No.
Right. It sort of turns back to Kai. It's like, are we looting this, or what are we doing? Like,
That's a really good question. I think it depends on how interesting the loot is.
well, I mean, I know I'd like to find a bigger bowl with a lid. So I wouldn't mind going to the kitchen or something.
Kitchen and then the cargo bay.
That's probably better. But yeah, let's. I think we're near the kitchen. I'm just gonna go see if I can find some half decent Tupperware. It's got to be clean in here, right?
Yeah.
Try and move
It
to
appears
the
to be
kitchen.
clean.
Sort of head towards the kitchen area, carefully not to spill Finn Ferguson.
Are you like going through the cabinets right now?
Oh yeah, I'm looking for like a flask, like or something I can put him in and then hook to me. If
Okay.
there's a see-through one, that'd be great.
There are no plates or dishes of any kind. What you find is those kind of MREs, the meals ready to eat, just the pre-packaged food that you put in a microwave and then it microwaves up into like a burger or whatever.
Sort of looks around, debates taking the food, but remembers she doesn't have a microwave and doesn't really want to carry or liberate another microwave.
You don't know that there isn't a microwave on your ship?
This is true. Is there a microwave on our ship?
There's
Kai doesn't
probably
actually
a
care, but
microwave
he
on.
has put several in his pocket.
Then I was gonna say, then can I open a bag and just start pouring all these microwave meals, please?
Yep, you can take as many of the microwave meals as possible.
Because I still have the sandwiches left over from the ambassador, so
Oh, that's right. He gave you lunch.
give me a lunch, packed lunch. Which every now and then I'm like picking off a corner of the bread and giving it to see if Ferguson does anything.
You're putting food in the water?
I'm offering food. I am offering the food to Finn, not adding it to the water or poking Finn with it, offering to see if anything happens. If he becomes, as you described it, looser.
It's definitely getting bigger and spongier, almost mossy.
Great. I've made like a squishy Groot. So
Like a sourdough starter.
I mean, it's not a bad thing if that's what he does turn into. I still offer the bread, and if he doesn't take it, I sort of put it back in my pocket.
So you're offering bread to a piece of moss and water? Are you dropping it or are you offering it? Are you like holding it above the
Anything can happen. I am holding it above Ferguson to see if he reaches for it. Like, around Ferguson, not in the water. Don't want soggy bread. No one likes soggy bread. So it's like
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you hold the bread above the bowl of water, nothing happens. But Kai, you feel Lana begin to vibrate. I shouldn't say vibrate. That's that feels very weird. She begins to stir.
What are you doing?
She's getting a notification. Hold on.
The pee-hole.
Okay. What's up?
She's just waking up. She's like, huh? I was sleeping. I forgot her voice. Was that?
It was kind of. I don't know. She screams a lot and then has a really soft voice. There it is. Yeah.
I seem to recall it being rather regal. I thought she was like a duchess.
It's like a British person, basically, from the south.
I was sleeping. I've just woken up.
We're just exploring a ruined spaceship, like one does. Did you want a microwaved hamburger?
Because we can do that. Or bread.
I only eat garbage. I believe we discussed that last time.
I look around for a bin. I feel like this isn't a place that would have one.
Are you looking for trash?
Yeah.
Lana just kind of was like, I'm not hungry right now.
Let me feed something. And I just as she's woken up, I'm like, right, okay, cargo deck. As I sort of tuck the bread back in my pocket. Didn't a fish person give me a tuna sandwich? Am I remembering that correctly?
I don't think that was explicitly stated, but if you want it to be a
I
tuna
feel
sandwich,
like there was something. No, I'm just asking. To the cargo bay. And I just sort of
remember
walk out
saying
the
what type of sandwich it was, but to be honest, a tuna sandwich sounds like something that I would do.
door. Maybe that.
Kai, as you're holding Lana, she is kind of moving, like just wiggling about, not necessarily trying to get out, but you can definitely tell that she is maybe feeling a little strained in this baby Bjorn that she's in that you've made. And she says, "What ship are we on?"
I wasn't paying attention to its name earlier, but it's just a ghost ship, normal ghost ship.
I'm sorry, did you say a ghost ship?
I think the group is technically called the Ghosts. I don't think there are actual ghosts so far.
No, I know what the ghosts are. In what universe is any ship inhabited by ghosts normal?
I also would like to know the answer to that question.
You do know that there's a bounty out on the ghosts.
There's a bounty out on most of us.
Fair point.
Is there a bounty on you? Lila looks down at Lorna.
Ooh, yeah.
I am technically an illegal mammal.
Smuggling.
Well, now we know that Lana's a mammal, so that's nice.
We're learning things every day.
I'm a mammal in much the same way a platypus is a mammal. I do lay eggs, but I also lactate.
Good to know.
We'll try to remember that.
We'll
for the
try
future.
and just bear that in mind. Doesn't Lorna have no eyes as well? Just
Yes,
yeah, you're right.
just a smooth face plate.
Smooth faceplate that lays eggs and lactate. Okay.
You don't recall seeing nipples either, if that.
No, but I've just been told that they
I honestly was not
lactate.
looking that closely either.
I'm
So
not like that's just I know there's wings kind of things or skin flaps, I think we called them.
Skin flaps, yeah.
Skin flaps, yeah. I think Imogen awkwardly nods at being told this information is well, thank you for sharing that with us.
we should really get down to looting this ship.
I would really like to do that and starts to maybe move out of the room to find the cargo bay.
Okay. The cargo bay is located at the bottom of the ship. I don't think directionally wise, it's definitely the undercarriage. Since there's no direction in space, I often wonder if maybe spaceships don't have concrete directions, but it's the belly of the ship.
Okay.
So we'll go there.
You can take an elevator or you can take the stairs.
Lana, did you want down, or are you okay with being carried at this point?
I would like down.
All right. Puts Lana down.
She skitters away very fast.
I don't know what I was expecting from that. That was not a good choice.
I mean, I don't want to run because it might, slosh Finn around.
She'll be back, right?
Probably gone to find, some garbage or something, right?
You hear down the hall.
That way.
Honestly, that's pretty much what I was planning on doing.
Just start to follow the noise.
Are you following the noise or are you going to the cargo bay?
Cargo bay.
Yeah, cargo bay.
Okay. You can take the elevator or you can take the stairs.
Oh, I don't know about the elevator.
That's a good point. This ship has been in a crash. I think you're not supposed to use the elevator after a ship crashes. We'll probably take the stairs.
We'll hit the stairs.
You can't, they're on fire. No, I'm joking.
Well, damn. Foiled again. I throw the bowl of water over it.
Can we scale the outside of the building?
Yeah.
No, it's fine. They're
See
not
what
on fire.
happens.
I was
Which elevator?
joking.
The wrong.
They're not on fire. You can take them. It's a very short flight of stairs.
How long
But
was the
they're very
elevator
steep.
journey?
It's a short flight of stairs, but the stairs are super steep.
Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah. I'll hold on to the banister at most.
There is no banister.
Okay. Then I very carefully walk down with the bowl.
When you get down to the cargo bay, it is full of boxes and suitcases.
I want to
Just normal
start
stuff.
rifling through just sort of the closest thing, or if any, do any of them have like a particular symbol or anything on them, or?
No, they're all unmarked. If you just want to go through them at random.
Yeah, she just starts throwing things open, trying to move through it quickly.
Yeah, and Kai's not going to do that. He's just going to try to attune and see if anything seems interesting.
You know, like
Okay.
the airport thing that scans them.
I will have you, Kai, make the first roll of the game, and we'll say that this is a controlled situation. We don't need to roll for that. This is pretty low stakes. And go ahead and make your, I think it's weird, right? Is that the...
It's attune is what I've got.
Attune, yeah. Go ahead and make an attune roll.
Ooh, okay.
All right, you got a 5. So for those who are unfamiliar with the way that rolls work in this game, the players are pretty much the only people who make rolls in action, and their role dictates how well did they do. So basically you can do whatever you want, and if a roll is needed, that roll will dictate whether or not you do it, how well you do it, and if you're in combat or if you're facing off against something, your roll will also dictate how well the others do. And a 5 is, in a controlled situation, a success. So you close your eyes and open your mind, and you begin to search for this familiar sort of, is it like a tingle? Is it like a sound? How do you sense the way?
So Kai is really good at spacing out and just not paying attention to where he's at all.
Okay.
So he just puts his hands up, and when he stops doing that, he's going to be in front of the thing he's looking for, or the thing that most drew him.
Okay, so you're walking while you're doing this.
Apparently so.
Okay, you're not like consciously walking, but you're kind of allowing your body to be pulled.
Right. Kai
So
has
do you
been
feel
told
it
he's
kind
moving
of
around.
like an eternal navigation system almost, kind of like in your center of gravity?
I'm going to say Kai
Still.
basically does like a fugue state and comes
Okay.
to where he is at the location.
Okay. So you close your eyes and you begin to search for any strands of the way. And first and most presently, you sense Lana, because she's a living being, but you're also very familiar with her. So you're able to sort the difference between her and anything unfamiliar, but you can feel her presence in the ship above you, and she's kind of scurrying around. And you begin to feel in this room something pressing against your chest. And then you begin to feel this presence envelop you, and almost as if you've been embraced, or as if you've sunk into very warm water. And when you open your eyes, you find that you're in the same exact spot. You actually haven't moved, but it's because you're sensing aspects of the way in almost every crate in this room. Everything in the cargo room has been touched by the way, or is infused with it.
Okay. So Kai refocuses. Imogen, I don't know how to tell you this, but we have to take this entire ship. Or at least this entire room.
Wait, what? But we got a
That's
good
how
ship.
I tell you it. Yeah, but we need all of this stuff.
All of it? Well, you want to carry all of this back?
Well, we could just bring the ship here.
That would make more sense. Why? As in, what is it? Of course we can. I trust you, but what?
It's all way sensitive. I mean, I guess I could try to sort it down a little bit more, but these are all important things.
Can I have a look? Like, is it safe for me to look?
I mean, weren't you already doing that? Go ahead.
I know, but now I'm concerned. Like, this is sort of slowly opens the lid of the box.
Okay. I think that this is going to be a good time to take a little break. And when we come back, we'll find out what's in the box.
Okay. See you in a minute.
What's in the box? What's in the box? Hello, welcome back. We decided during the break we're going to do a little bit of a cutscene where we are going to get Mickey and Sandra onto the island that they are interested in exploring, just to help save time to make sure that they have time to communicate or interact with Kai and Imogen. So Sandra and Mickey, you have been given 2 jet skis and the coordinates to the island. And it's a pretty short... Do you drive a jet ski? Do you ride it? What is the verb I'm looking for? It's a it's a pretty short jet.
Yeah. I'm not sure the verb either.
I'm down to say we just jet across some water.
You just jet across some water, you cut through the waves. Your floaties do not come in handy. They don't come in, it's not that they don't come in handy, it's just that you don't have a chance to use them, which, you know, you could take it as good or bad. You don't drown, but you also weren't thrown into the water. You're able to make it to this island pretty safely. And when you make it to the shore, you notice that there are 2 jet skis already on the bank. And you've been given directions to the ruin, so you know where to go from here. You know, it's just a short walk into this dense foliage. And you had been told by, actually, I'm not gonna tell you that you know that these 2 people are here. I'm going to assume that you got to this island through very sneaky methods, and it wasn't necessarily approved by the doctor or the ambassador. So you're not sure who these jet skis belong to, but you do know where you're going.
Well, I'm not even sure who our jet skis belong to, but
that's such a good point. You did steal them.
All right. Well, seems we're not alone here. Be on your guard.
Always. And he just brings the floaties up a little higher. Let's do this. You first.
And at the screet. Sandra just kind of...
Hey, I didn't drown back there. These worked perfectly.
They did do their job in that sense.
You're not wrong.
Everything is turning up, Mickey. Yeah, let's be smart about this.
Yeah, and he's going to go ahead and move through the brush as quietly as possible. Not in roll 20, so I can't roll skulk if you need it.
Looks like we got a new friend.
Okay.
And the reason I don't need that is because as you approach, you find that there is no one there.
Oh, thank God.
The ruins are in a bit of a clearing. At some point, it might have been more of a clearing, but over time, trees have grown in, though they're not quite as thick as the surrounding forest. So you can tell that as far as the forest is concerned, you know, the destruction of the ruins was maybe not too long ago, although it feels very ancient to us. But you do find signs of destruction. And most noticeably, you find 3 exosuited figures tied up in the center of what may have once been a camp. And Mickey, you may not know this, but I think Sentra, you would know in your years working as a spy and probably working with the governments or against governments even, that these are ghosts. And ghosts are a pseudo-cult of former scientists who live in exile. And you also know that they are highly, highly valuable targets. And pretty much every ghost has a bounty out on their head that is paid for by the Church of Stellar Flame. But they seem to be unconscious, and they're also all tied up.
Is this normal here?
I would think not. Those are ghosts.
What? But
Let's just say anyone who goes by that title has a bounty on their head.
Oh, so this is a win. Someone did the work for us.
I suppose, but not the quarry I'm after.
I mean, you're not. Yeah, question them.
Suppose we could.
I mean, if they're not, not breathing. I'll let you go find out. Here's a stick.
You also do see a ship that has an open door with the ramp down.
I think we may find more information in there. They're restrained. We can come back.
On that boat that we know nothing about. Right, that one right over there. That boat.
Yes.
That boat over there. I let you lead.
And he does.
Mickey follows.
Okay. As you go up the ramp, as the two of you enter, a door slides up behind you, and a voice says, "Decontamination process beginning now." And you're sprayed with a fine mist.
I can't breathe.
It's non-toxic.
The voice says, "Please continue to breathe normally. This will only take a moment." And the mist intensifies. It becomes almost like rain, hard pellets of rain.
Is this normal?
It depends on the system.
Sometimes, for particularly filthy occupants, I must up the decontamination process. This will only take a few more minutes, and it gets even harder, the pressure of the decontamination spray.
She called you dirty.
I actually was speaking of you.
Oh. That didn't hurt anyway. Cleanse.
Please you may now remove your suits.
I'm sorry?
You may now remove your suits.
Do you have a suit?
No.
I don't have a suit.
We're not wearing suits.
Will you please at least remove your shoes?
Will they be here when we come back?
Yes.
I don't trust that hesitation, but I want to follow you in, so yeah, let's go.
Yeah, Sendra's taking off his boots.
As you're taking off your boots, you notice that there are 2 pairs of shoes just inside the door before it leads into the main part of the ship.
Potentially, those shoes belong to the same people that left those jet skis.
Oh. Should we take them too? After this? Just an idea. Okay, you know what? I'll just follow you.
Mickey, have you taken your shoes off?
Yes. Over there. Throw over there. The love of God.
Uses your full name.
I only have one name.
As you take your shoes off and the door slides open so you can enter the main part of the ship, the computer says, "Please do not sit on anything or lean against the walls."
Again. This is the second time for me.
I thought you hadn't been through a decontamination process.
Oh no, not decontamination. I'm talking about being told not to sit or touch anything. I don't want to. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
He proceeds ahead and looking carefully, naturally eyeing if there's any danger or weapons in sight.
Yeah. You don't see any weapons or any danger. You do notice that the ship appears to be very empty. When you come out of the decontamination chamber, which is also, the airlock, you enter into the piloting part of the ship. For someone who likes sci-fi as much as I do, I also have like no sci-fi verbiage.
No sci-fi verb.
into the pilot part where the pilot sits, the pilot home, if you will.
Bridge.
And the what?
The bridge.
Sure, yeah, the bridge. And you see a mess just down the hall. And as you walk down the hall and enter into the mess, you can tell that this area has been rifled through. Not necessarily that there's stuff thrown around, but some of the cabinets are open and there are some packages of food that have been left out on the counter.
I mean, it's not clean, but hey, it's safe maybe.
Yeah, Sendra's hair on the back of his neck is standing on end. He's getting really nervous now and going to continue moving forward, but almost at a creep. Like he's expecting something to come out around a door or wall at any moment.
All right. As you continue creeping past the mess, you see a stairwell at the end of the hall that is leading downwards. Mickey, what are you doing? Are you following close behind Sendra? Are you...
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Mickey's not letting Sendra out of his sight.
Okay. Yep, you see this stairwell in front of you.
All right, he's gonna walk carefully down, keeping a hand against a wall to steady himself, since there's no banister to grab.
Okay.
Mickey's just gonna follow, and anytime he hears a noise, he's just gonna freak out and say, "What was that?" Like.
Okay. I will at this point have you make a skulk check. And I'm going to dictate without a roll that this is going to be a risky situation because you don't really know what is happening. You suspect that there's someone else on this ship, but you don't know who they are. But there's no immediate danger, so it's just going to be risky. So do you want me to roll for you?
Yeah, I've got a 1 in skulk.
Just one?
Yep.
Okay. I will...
Did you say risky?
Yeah. Let's see here. I'll give you 2 because I won't have Mickey do a roll. I'll kind of just do one, have you do one roll for the both of you. And so Mickey will be assisting you. So that's where that extra 1 will come. So we're just going to roll 2d6. And we just need 1 high number. They're not combined. So your highest number was a 3, which means that things are going to go badly. 1 to 3 is the worst rolls that you can have. So as you're going down, and I think it's fair to say that where this goes poorly might be from Mickey. And as you were creeping down the stair, and Sendra, you have done this many a time, and you are hugging close to the wall that kind of protects you. So you're not on the outer wall where as you come around someone would see you. You're on the inner wall. So you kind of have a little bit of protection as you're slowly creeping. And Mickey, you're very, very close behind as well. And you two are moving very slowly down these very oddly steep stairs. There's not a lot of stairs, but you do notice that they're really steep for some reason. Very long stairs. And as you're getting closer to the bottom, the both of you can hear voices. And you hear someone say, the way is everywhere. It's in everything. And you hear someone say, well, can I look? You know, you hear this kind of back and forth. And then from behind you, Mickey, you hear the little pitter patter of something coming up behind you.
Mickey is going to make the shrillest shriek you can think of. and just Scooby-Doo style try to jump into Centra's arms.
So, Kai and Imogen, you hear this shriek that sounds like a human or something. And then shortly after that, you hear a very familiar, which you know to be Lana.
Yeah, we're just coming.
As you turn, you see two strange men, one who is like climbing apparently over the back of the other, screaming.
I'm gonna say Syndra loses his balance on the stairs, and they're actually falling.
And now you see two figures tumbling towards you.
Ta-da!
I look at them mildly confused. You're not supposed to touch the surroundings. Just take your shoes. Just have your shoes off.
You do notice their shoes are off.
Yeah.
But now their bodies are touching the ground. So
Get off of me.
Okay. And jumps off. Sorry, I had no intention of that. I never planned on that happening. I'm sorry that it did happen. Let's never talk about it. Okay. Oh, hi. Two people.
Well, this is
Imogen, I was
awkward.
going to draw my sword, but I'm not even sure it's necessary at this point.
Come here often.
sort of hold out my hand for Leonie, just Leonie to sort of come over, come here, like to try and pull her away from these people we don't know.
Mickey's gonna completely misread that and go in for a handshake. Hi, Detective Mickey.
And again, just a very slow stare. It's like, what are you doing on? And then looks to Kai briefly. But our ship.
Oh, this is your ship.
Yeah.
I was under the impression this belonged to the ghosts that were tied up outside.
I mean,
Yes.
I do have a sword, and we're both on the ship now, so I think that makes it ours.
I love the sword.
I mean,
Whomst has a sword drawn.
I mean,
haven't
I'm
actually drawn it yet.
Okay.
There's no point yet.
Hey, let's keep it away. I'm not one for politics, so your word is law, I guess. I just enforce it.
That is a reasonable assertion. I won't
I
argue
do
with
like
it.
the fact that you surrendered right away. That was good.
Yeah, it's a habit.
I only fight when I need to.
Yeah. He fights. Me.
What are you doing on here?
I'll leave that.
Investigating, if you will. I suppose more accurate statement is necessary than what I was attempting to pass off before. I was sent here looking for an object related to gateway travel.
I'm just looking for a murderer, maybe.
I am willing to give you a share of my offerings if you give me aid in retrieving this item.
And you want a murderer?
I'm looking for one. I'm not.
What kind of murderer are you looking for?
Is it a specific murderer?
I came here to look for a murderer. Right now, I'm just looking for clues. Please don't hurt me. I'm looking at you, Mr. Sword.
I wouldn't call him that.
It's my actual name. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of rude.
let's start this over. Hi, Detective Mickey. His hand is fiercely trembling.
I do need both hands to draw the sword.
I am holding a bowl and lifting a lid.
So,
Mickey's gonna look at both of you and just shake his own hand. Nice to meet you.
I'm just holding a bowl and I've got the lid half open in the other hand.
Was that your kid?
yeah, they're a cannibal,
Yeah.
so watch your fingers.
They bite.
Thanks.
That noise you heard her make, that's kind of what they do when they think there's food
Yeah.
around.
That was her. Yeah, that was a weird noise, shriek noise.
She's not weird.
Lana begins to come down the stairs closer towards you, Mickey. And she's this very ungainly, pale creature that has these very long legs and these very short arms, and she has no face, just a little tiny hole for her mouth. But when she opens it, you see all of these sharp teeth, and she begins to scuttle along the floor closer towards you.
I can see the resemblance.
I tip my head slowly to the side at that.
That's your kid? That's your kid? That's a kid? Wait.
Does Sandra have any experience with this race or no?
No, you've never seen anything like this.
I think Imogen lowers the crate slightly and then holds out her hand for her other space child to come and hold on to it if she's done scaring Mickey.
If she sees you holding out your hand, she doesn't seem to acknowledge it, but she does go up to Mickey's leg.
Like gesturing.
Control your kid. Control your kid.
And she wraps her tail around his ankle.
And
then sits directly on his foot.
Ah, she likes you.
You sure about that?
Well, she hasn't bitten you yet.
Don't jinx it.
And Mickey, she presses her face plate against your calf.
Don't bite it.
She's not biting.
Probably a good sign.
That's a good thing.
I guess. I don't know, kids.
Oh, they all do this, yeah. In my experience.
I try to
Any
avoid
kids that don't
kids.
bite you, it's good.
It's a good
I can understand why you try to avoid them if they do stuff like this.
What's wrong with my child? Sort of like looks at you for a moment.
Nothing. Good. Who gets straight A's? You do.
As I hold my little fungus in a pot.
There's no grading in the future.
Oh, thank God. I mean,
that's a good thing.
Please get your kid off my foot.
She's free-willed.
Yeah, here's my thought. We only have 4 hands. If we want to carry all this stuff back, we just got 4 more hands.
Just sort of raises an eyebrow. It's like, want to help us carry some stuff?
I can pick things up and put them down if that's what you're asking, maybe. Just please get your kid off.
In our situation, there's not much arguing I can do.
We're just going to take all of the things out of this room, out of the ship. And if you find the thing you're looking for, I mean, Imogen and I'll take a cut, right? I mean,
that's how it works, right?
Gotta buy fuel somehow.
Indeed.
Well, Imogen, so you had begun to take the lid off one of these crates.
Yeah, she was trying to look in.
And now that the situation has seemingly resolved itself for the time being, enough that maybe you feel comfortable looking away from these 2 new compatriots, you look into the crate and you see some very familiar Voss work, similar to the Voss that Dr. Thelmer was holding, clutching close to him as he was being attacked by ghosts. And if you were to go around and remove the lids off all the crates, you would find that these crates are full of pottery. Some of them are well kept, but it's vases, urns, plates, bowls, large wooden spoons.
So I'm underwhelmed, but they are away artifacts. So I feel like we should keep them.
We can sell them at least, right? And I start to look for a slightly bigger bowl than the one I'm holding.
You find a huge bowl. It's one of those like 4-foot tall vases that no one ever puts anything in. They just like put in a corner in the room.
Oh, like an amphorae kind of thing.
Yes. But it is not see-through.
It's probably too big for Ferguson right now. And
It's
I
quite
don't want to drag it with me a 4-foot vase wherever I go.
But you do look down at Ferguson, and most of the water is gone, and Ferguson has nearly quadrupled in size.
He's like a sponge. He's like, so this bowl was this big. How big is Ferguson now?
He's like, he has little bits of him coming over the edge of the bowl.
He's like rising. Okay. I need to find a bigger bowl or a box or a big spoon or something.
We have all of those things right now.
Yeah.
You have all those things.
I need to find a bigger bowl where he doesn't overlap the bowl.
I mean, just take your pick.
Yeah.
I want to find a
one.
fancy one. I go through one and try and find like a pretty one. It doesn't have to be like a special thing. She just wants a pretty one for Ferguson.
Okay. You find one that it's old. It's definitely worn. There's some chips along the top part of it, but it's this very beautiful kind of robin egg blue with gold etching all around the rim.
She's like, perfect. And then kind of picks it up and is like sort of does the tip and then turn it out the right way and flips him around.
When Ferguson hits the bottom of the bowl, he makes kind of like a sound.
That's my boy. Like, take out my water thing that I filled up and start pouring more water in it.
Yeah, he drinks at that water. He's thirsty.
Just keep going
You
until he's
keep
sat in a
pouring
nice
the
little
water,
pool
and
again.
it just keeps. No water is filling the bowl.
Oh. Okay, then I just hug the bowl. I swear to God, if we get to the end of this campaign, this is just a freaking mushroom.
And as she's rifling around, does Sandra see anything that resembles the picture he was shown of the object?
Do you want to be rifling through things as well, or are you kind of eye-checking things that she pulls out?
Just checking the things that she pulls out. I don't think he would feel like he's been accepted enough that he could go through it on his own.
Okay. As Imogen is rifling through things, looking for a bowl, maybe picking things up and being like, that's not it, and putting it down, she puts one of the smaller bowls down. And Sandra, you hear something rattle inside the bowl.
Going to walk over to it, kind of shake it a bit. Is he hearing things?
Yep, you hear something rattling about.
It's like clay, you said?
Yeah.
Right. He'll actually take it and shatter it on the floor, and then pick up the key. Take a look at it.
So in it is a data chip similar to the one that you had originally been given with the information that you needed.
Looks like you got a prize.
Seems that way. He's gonna plug it into his pee-hone.
His pee-hone, yeah.
I'm excited I remembered that.
I'm actually very excited you did as well. So you plug it into your pee-hone and an image pops up, and it is a profile. And the writing some of the writing is unfamiliar to you, but you do recognize it as a ghost language, kind of like a shorthand that they use. Because they're made up really of different species, but it's kind of this shorthand they use. But a lot of it is in a common language that you understand. And it seems to be a profile on someone named Wyndham Zahn. And it is preparation for a trek to an ancient city known as Bokdar.
Wyndham Czar. City of Bookdar. That mean anything to any of you?
Nope.
I don't think so.
No.
Then seems I've got some research to do.
Hi, say while you're at it, could you research how to get this thing off my leg? This beautiful kid.
You feel on your leg this creature is gently pulsating as if it has fallen asleep.
Don't look down. Don't look down. Don't look down. Don't look down. Don't look down.
Is it purring too?
No.
No.
She only screams.
She only screams.
All right.
Well, if you're done breaking pottery, we can probably take the rest of this off the ship. And
I believe so. I promise you I can give you more than that when I know what is going on. More than that was worth, I mean.
I need to remember to pick up my shoes on the way out as she sort of starts to pick stuff up into her arms.
Yes.
Yeah, let's get a move on. Dragging my leg, holding like.
You've already got a shoe on.
I'm just doing a job.
Mickey, speaking of your job, is there anything in particular you would?
Do you want to do your job?
Hey, he's trying. He's
is
trying.
there anything in particular you want to do while in the car?
Is there a murderer in this box?
Hello? I'm gonna knock on each of them. Hello? Murderer, say what?
You knock and you hear nothing.
Next box. Hello?
Nope. No sounds.
Next box. Hello?
Hello?
so I figured.
Ah!
Told you, murder in the box.
Hey, Sandra, man in box, person in box.
I thought this was your job. As I sort of look over, piled up with boxes.
I never said I do it well. Anyway.
Friend, I don't recall your name.
Oh.
Looking at Kai.
Oh.
No, looking at Kai.
That's okay. What did you want?
Kai's not here to make
Wait.
friends.
Yeah.
Guy never is.
Right.
I will.
Fair enough. Would you mind keeping your sword at the ready when I open this?
Yeah, but I'm gonna pick up the kid first because
Yeah.
I will reach down and pick up Lana and put her in the baby Bjorn.
I'm gonna sprint like 10 feet away. Finally.
All right. And
What's in the box?
Syndra's gonna stand on the opposite side and open it up so that Kai can see in. Muted.
Sorry, I was muted. You peek in, Kai, and you see a human woman who has been tied up, and she's just looking at you very unamused.
Sort of lean in and like my head appears from the woman's angle looking over Kai's shoulder. Who's
Sandra
that?
would be on the opposite side looking in as well.
And she
Mickey's
speaks
nowhere near
through a cloth that has been taped, and she says, are you gonna get out of here? You're gonna kill me or what?
What is it?
Dream for like 30 minutes.
We just closed the lid. Just
What was it?
I don't know who you. What's your name? Like as I sort of look in.
I am a researcher in his ruins.
Are you a murderer?
Me?
Okay, it's not what you're looking for, and I start to close the lid.
Hey, Imogen, if we have to carry her out of here, we're not gonna be able to carry as much pottery.
She can walk. Like, as I sort of like reach,
We can.
start reaching into the box and pulling her out by her feet.
What the heck? Whoa! You said it's not a murderer, right?
Well, apparently not. And just starts like just pulling her out of this box, but I'm not carrying her.
Well, are you going to tell us now that that's the murder victim?
No, Can we get a name?
I sort of take the gag off.
Thank you. My name is Annis. I work in the ruins here.
Everything is turning up, Mickey.
Who are you?
Annis, hi. Nice to meet you. I was sent by Joy to find you. Thank God you're not dead. That makes my life so much easier. Now I don't gotta find someone to kill who killed you, but you're not dead!
What? No, I'm not dead. Is my wife okay? Is Joy okay?
Yes. They're the one who sent me to find you.
Ugh. Love that woman.
Yeah, and well, yeah, she loves you because she wanted me to kill the person if you were dead. Who killed you? Is that normal?
I'm not dead. So
what I'm saying is she would pay to have somebody die if it was for you. Okay.
Would she also pay you to untie me?
Hey, that's out of my pay grade. That's a dumb question.
Like, Imogen's already started untying her hands. It's like, look, you need to carry a box if you want to come out of here.
Why do I have to carry a box? I was just in a box.
Exactly. It'd be a nice change for you.
I wouldn't get mad. They could put you back.
Who are you?
We're stealing all
and
these
what
things.
Are you
We're just
doing
asking
here?
you to help.
And where am I?
You're on a ship, and I'm just asking very politely if you could please carry a crate for letting you out of one.
She grabs one and is like, okay.
Thank you.
Heavenly, I have an important question.
Yes.
Is she wearing her shoes?
Yeah.
Yeah. She is.
Okay.
She's gonna be in trouble.
It hasn't set off any computer alarms yet or anything like that. So that's
yeah, I wait. I look at her shoes, back at her shoes again.
No computer alarms have gone off.
Okay.
Were you sent here by the Legion? By the hegemony? Are you here? What are you doing? What are you doing here? What do you know?
We are robbing this ship, and
Yeah.
we're asking you to contribute with physical labor.
We're smugglers.
Oh, good. So you do illegal things all the time.
And
But not these
Yeah.
I'm
two.
also
We don't know what
going
these two are doing.
Yeah, no, we don't know these two.
Yeah.
He was looking for a murderer, though.
Yours,
He's looking
but
for yours.
yours, if that helps. Glad it wasn't these two.
All right. Well, I know this guy, Detective Mickey, and you are. And she looks at you, Centra.
I am just a simple person passing through. And leaves it
Well,
at that.
I mean, so let's just kind of get all of this out of the way. I'm an archaeologist. I work on this island. I happen to know that you have to have very special clearance to get here. So either you all work for the same people I do, and for some reason you're not telling me, or you all are here super illegally. So
Wait, you're an
can't really-
archaeologist?
yes, I said that I worked on this site.
Okay, can I have your opinion on this? And I push the bowl of water forward. What is this?
Where did you get that?
Around. Like, is he okay? Is it a he? Is it alive? 'Cause it's absorbing pretty quick. Like, is this a sponge? I don't want to give myself false hope here.
Yeah, that's a saltmer.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. What's
It's
that?
basically a fungus that will always grow as long as it's wet and there's room. There
So
are
it's-
ones at the bottom of the ocean that are the size of this ship, and they're still growing. They live to be thousands of years old.
So it's not ever gonna grow arms or anything like that.
No, what?
Well, you don't know,
I do know.
do you?
Yeah.
Like, fine, I'll go put it back outside.
Lots of people keep them in like terrariums or jars. They only ever grow as much space as they have.
I don't have a jar. Do you have a jar?
You have it in a bowl.
Yeah, but it's not a jar. It overflows the bowl.
Yeah, because there's still space for it to go up.
There should be a lid. Exactly. I've been looking for a lid.
Maybe we should buy a jar when we get back to the port.
Yeah, kind of want it. We'll get a jar.
In the meantime, I mean, thousands of years old. It's not gonna, die flying around in space.
I hope not.
You just have to keep it wet. Now that I've answered your question, will you answer my question? What are you doing here?
The illegal one. The one where you said it was
Smuggling.
illegal. Yeah.
But why this island? How did you come to this island to commit smuggling?
Because clearly there are interesting things here. Like, she
But
holds
how
up
did
the
you
bowl.
know?
Like, we have both all of the stolen merchandise and the sword, so I don't really see why we're standing here telling you. Shouldn't you just carry a box and we'll just go off the ship?
Is this
Or
stuff
were you trying to hire us for a
valuable to you?
job?
You break it, I'm putting you back in the box.
You could tell that she was about to throw the box on the
Yeah.
ground. And she stopped.
She like Imogen squares, like squints at her like.
Detective Mickey, right? Detective Mickey.
Yeah.
My wife sent you to look for me.
Yes.
Did she tell you what we were doing here?
You were working. That's all she told me.
So she didn't tell you what we were working on.
I mean, I know it's kind of my job to get into people's personal lives, but not a fan.
Of persons? Or
No,
lives?
of what people are doing.
Oh, that's very
Unless I
antithetical
need-
of you.
Well, I mean, if they pay me to care, I'll care. But anyway, what was your question?
Don't have a lot of friends, do you, Mickey?
Oh, God, no.
And she looks at you, Sintra, and she says, I don't buy your just passing through excuse. What are you doing here?
I'm looking for something.
What?
Something that is of value to someone else.
Well, I have something that would be of value to a lot of people.
What would that be?
I know where the gate is.
Okay, then apparently you are what I was looking for.
What are the odds?
And she looks at the two of you, Imogen and Kai, and she says, if you're smugglers, you might be interested in this as well, but I need protection.
Ooh.
Mickey takes off a floaty and hands it to her.
Nope, she takes a float and she throws it across the room.
Mickey's gonna sadly walk to it.
He's very attached to those, by the way.
Hey, they kept me alive!
Listen,
We did just.
Detective, I'll go home with you after this, so my wife can pay you and she'll know that I'm safe.
Well, good.
But we found something underneath this temple here, and I don't want Hachi to know about it. I don't want anyone in the hegemony to know about it.
Why?
Well, I assume that because you're smugglers, you're probably not on the right side of the law, so perhaps I can speak a little more freely with you. But because they would just fuck it up. They already control all of the gates, trade, everything is regulated through them, and look what they've done. They've fucked it up.
So we could technically. Where does this gate go?
No one knows. The gate's been closed for ever. But I think the key to opening it is on Mem. And one of the clues is below this temple. I can just sense it. It's something huge. There's a room and no one can get into it. But I think if we were able to get in, we would have a clue of where to go.
the name Wyndham Zahn mean anything to you?
Yeah, he's another archaeologist. He works with the 51st Legion pretty closely. He's been here a couple of times, but we didn't find this until after he had left. How do you know him?
What about the city Ukdar?
I mean,
Ukdar.
that's just a myth. That's like the city of Atlantis on Earth. It doesn't mean anything.
He pulls out his P-hone and shows through the data disk. I think he's got more than a myth to go on.
Where did you get this?
It was hidden in one of the bowls.
That would explain why the ghosts were here. They showed up a couple of weeks ago. They took me hostage, and Dr. Felmer was hiding in one of the ruins. I wasn't sure what happened to him. I kind of assume he's dead. He's really annoying.
Oh, he's not.
Oh.
Saw him at town hall.
Oh.
Yeah.
He escaped?
Yeah, from the looks of it, barely.
And they didn't send anyone after me?
I mean, I'm here.
Yeah, but my wife hired you. That's different. She has
Rather
to
nobody.
look for me.
And
He was a bit preoccupied.
What about the ghosts? Are they still here? I mean, this is their ship, so I assume... Did you guys kill them?
tied up and unconscious. Probably thanks to those two.
Yeah, why were you saying that like you did that?
Taking credit for my work. It's like lean in again.
Whoa, I just said it was probably you two. I was encouraging your work. Artists.
So we did just untie you from a box, so I do feel like we're already earning this guarding you.
Yeah, just give it to him.
So, where's this room?
It's just below the temple, but the ghosts had been down below the temple for a long time. And if this, and she points to you, Centra, if what this data chip is suggesting is true, that Booktar actually exists, I think that's more meaningful than anything we're going to find below the temple.
Will the ghosts have any information? Do you think?
I imagine that this might have been all the information they have. I don't know. Have you checked their computers?
Imogen freezes as if that would have been a really good idea, but went straight for the boxes. And it's like, I'm getting to it.
Sandra gets a rather embarrassed look on his face.
Mickey's just gonna say, no, we didn't.
Well, I would check the computers if I were you. Listen, I'm not interested in doing anything more with this. My job is to sit in dirt and dig at it gently with a brush. I just know that we found something that shouldn't exist, something that shouldn't happen. The Hantu Gate has been closed for millennia, and it's considered to always be closed, but there may be a way to open it. I just don't have any interest in being the person who does it, but maybe you all want to.
Oh God, no. Right? Right?
I don't know, between the payday and the fact that I could just disappear.
Who's
Kinda
paying
like it.
you?
I don't ask.
Do you think it's someone who works for the hegemony?
Possibly.
So they could possibly know about this.
If so, they at least know the site, but they are clueless beyond that. Oh, just the opportunity to disappear is appealing on its own, even without anyone knowing it.
Where is it said the gate goes? I know we don't know, but if there's stories of lost cities that are true.
I don't know anything about the gate.
Like Imogen looks towards Kai and is like, that could be a great smuggling route.
I mean, no matter
could
what, we could
go-
go somewhere we've never seen before.
It could go anywhere. We know that there's nothing that connects Holt to Iota. It could simply lead there, and it would just open up another lane of traffic so you don't have to skip over 2 systems to get here. It could go to Breck. It could go to a system we haven't discovered yet.
Or to instant death.
It could go directly into a sun. I don't know.
That doesn't sound too hot.
Well, you like poke a stick through it first.
No.
Oh,
Mickey,
and if the stick doesn't come back, don't go? That kind of thing?
No, I wouldn't. A stick can't come back on its own unless someone on the other side throws it back. I mean, get a real long stick and poke it, and then pull it back and see if it's still on fire.
you know, Mickey.
Have you
one thing
thrown
to
a
keep in
stick
mind-
and expected it to come back? Like, now I'm questioning.
Hey, you don't know.
Detective anymore.
Hey,
more and more.
maybe there is somebody over there who loves a really good practical joke. If there's a guard over there, maybe they've been bored for God knows how long since that's been open.
You've done it, haven't you? You've thrown a stick. And it waited for it to come back. That's
You
a
know-
yes. Okay. Let me...
Mickey's just gonna look down. Yeah.
Listen, she looks at you, Centra. I don't know your stake in all of this. If someone asked you, gave you information to find this place or to come here, you could feed them false information and find this out on your own. Or if you work for the Legion, you could kill all of us. Me especially, because I don't have any weapons and I'm just like a super big nerd that never does any cardio.
Let's not tempt him, if he is. Not saying you are. Let's not tempt him.
As I said, I don't kill without reason.
You don't seem particularly interested in just giving over this information without knowing who you're giving it to.
This is a bit more than simple facts. It's a
Lie.
bit too deep.
Say that when you got here, there were ghosts all over the place and you weren't able to get any closer. No one has been able to find the ghosts anyways. The Church of Stellar Flame has been looking for their ship for years, for decades, with nothing.
And I've got a few captive out there to bring back as evidence. Plausible. All right. What about you two smugglers? You want to look into this with me or no?
Sort of looks over at Kai. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we could have a look.
Right.
Couldn't hurt.
Indeed.
I'll just tag along.
Do you guys want me to take you to the temple right now, or are you guys planning a expedition to a city that you have no idea where it is or if it even exists?
Well, answers might be in the temple, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Or
But
more than
we
likely,
need
it's
to
more
get
clues.
the crates out. Lana, hold this, and I hand her Ferguson in a bowl, and then I start picking up some of the crates.
Yeah. Sandra starts moving them.
Annis looks at you, Mickey, and she says, "Can you just take me back to my wife? You found me. You did your job. We can leave."
Well, I mean, yeah, but I don't want to, leave these people down here with no detective. That's always necessary in a group.
What are
you know
I don't
that?
understand. What are you gonna do?
Detect.
Detect what? You didn't even detect me in that box.
I knocked and said hello on it, and you answered. Not saying it. Hey, you know what they say.
Right? He is the one that found you in the box. We would have just carried it off.
Okay. We have to load all of the boxes before I can take you to the temple. I just want to get off of this island as quickly as possible.
It's all right. We're not loading them yet. We're going to put them on the beach, and then we're going to go get our ship afterwards, after temple finding.
All right. She picks up a crate and begins to make her way out of the ship.
Please follow me. And I sort of lead the way with all these crates, shuffling my shoes back on as I get there.
Every time you come back into the ship, you do have to go through the decontamination process.
Is there a window I can just chuck stuff out of? Okay.
No, that would not be a very space-worthy vessel. If it had a window, you could just roll down.
So how about we bring everything to the airlock, and then once we've gone out, we won't be going all the way back in, and the computer won't need to do the decontamination again. Right, computer?
As long as you do not re-enter the interior of the ship, there is no need for decontamination.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm all for that. I don't really want to go through that a dozen times.
I can't. I can't go through it.
Alrighty.
Start shoving it once been through like decontamination, shoving everything onto the beach, piling it up, like Tetrising it neatly. I leave Ferguson with Lana for a bit. And once everything's done, just sort of right, okay. Temple.
Annis takes you towards the dig site that you had found Dr. What the fuck did I name him? Felmer in originally. And there's kind of the wall that has fallen apart, but you can see that this was once like an interior, an enclosed space. You go up a short flight of stairs, and she takes you to the back of the ruins, and in the back there is a tarp. And she pulls up the tarp, and you see that there's a winding staircase down. And she begins to descend the staircase.
Here we go.
I'll follow after.
Bonga.
And the stairs go for a long time. They're super windy. And she turns and says, "Does anyone have a light?"
Mickey's gonna pull out a lighter.
Sendra's got a light.
Yeah, that might be more efficient.
Like a torch or like a lantern?
Yeah, probably an electronic LED light lantern, but yeah.
Yeah. So it lights up a good amount of the space. And as she leads you further down the stairs, and the stairs are kind of winding like this, so you're not actually going too deep in either direction. You're just kind of going deeper and deeper and deeper all along the walls. Imogen, you see very similar to the gold etchings that were around the bowl you found. They're kind of on the walls at random intervals. Sometimes in long lines, sometimes, downwards, sometimes in just a cluster. But you see them sporadically, not always in gold, just the same type of kind of symbology. And as you go further and further down, you eventually get to a landing. She takes you to a landing, and as she comes, she's in front. And as she comes to the landing, she stops up short and she goes, "Oh, fuck." And as you all come up behind her, you see that not too far off from the landing, maybe about 100 feet ahead, there had been what appeared to be a door, a large wall, but it has been completely blown open.
Oh.
Is this you, or did you find it that way?
No, neither was it us, nor did we find it this way. That's why I'm so upset.
I'm sorry, he struggles to read human emotions. Like, it's
Yeah.
sort of...
The ghosts
Yeah.
must have done this. They must not have been able to get in and just fucking blew it apart, I guess.
Well, as sad as it is, there is now a clear pathway.
Yeah.
She steps off to the side and leans against the wall, but doesn't appear to be going any further.
What's wrong?
I don't really want to go in there.
I second that. Can we get a third? Can we get a third?
Well, someone
Sandra
has to go in there.
starts- Yeah, Sandra starts walking in there, lantern in hand.
Okay. And I look at Kai and I'm like, keep an eye on the kids. And I start walking in as well.
Is Lana still strapped to your front,
So
Kai?
I was thinking about this. So Lana is holding Finn Ferguson. So my thought is, I really can't do that because that's a lot of stuff to be in my general sword
In your
wielding
space,
area.
yeah.
Yeah. So no.
So you put Lana down.
Yes, I did.
Okay. Are you following Imogen and Centra?
Yes.
No, Kai, are you following
Oh,
Imogen and
I was gonna
Centra?
say I thought it was leading.
Oh, am I
but-
following
Yeah.
Imogen and Centra? Yes.
Yeah.
As long as Lana also is, because I can't leave.
Yeah, no, we can't
Let's
leave Lana.
try
I'm
it.
not going anywhere unless
Right.
our two children are coming in too.
Lana does not appear to be following you. She is just kind of hanging back. She's very close to Mickey.
Go. Go.
Mickey, get in here.
No.
Yes, you're a detective. Detect stuff.
God, I hate when they play that card. Just starts walking in.
Lana follows close behind you.
Come on, Lana. Like, sort of like use him as bait to walk through.
You do notice that it is difficult for Lana to hold this bowl because her arms are really short.
Okay, I got it. I pick up the bowl. Mickey, hold this. Don't drop it.
What'd you bring? Lunch?
You take
What?
a bite out of that, and we're gonna have serious problems.
I mean, I don't know what it is. Why would I?
His name is Ferguson. First of
Oh,
all,
it-
not an it.
Oh. Hi. Is this one gonna attack me?
Only if you are rude to it. And you know,
I'll
if you
just-
drop it, it bites real hard.
I'll just not talk.
Mickey, as you're holding it, you notice it just barely perceptible grow.
Got it. I got it.
Don't freak it out.
Oh,
freak him
eh.
out. Hello, Raiders. I'm allowed to do that. I'm his mother. Don't force gender specifics on it.
So,
Sorry.
Centra, as you walk over this threshold that has been destroyed, you see what is a pretty barren room, but you can tell that this might have once been like a chamber of sorts. So there's nothing on the walls, but on the ground there are like rotted pieces of cloth that might have been a tapestry once. And in the back of the room, there is a pedestal, although there is nothing on the pedestal.
I sort of look down at the cloth and just see if there's anything depicted on it, if it's a tapestry.
You can't really tell. It's been pretty heavily damaged. Even though this room was closed, or at least Anna said that it was closed when she found it, this is a very wet planet, and so you can see that there's some dark spots along the ceiling where water has gotten in over the years, especially over the centuries. So everything that was of an organic material has pretty thoroughly rotted.
I think Imogen's just wandering around the room, like looking at bits and bobs that on the walls, glances at the pedestal. She's probably going to let either detective head over there because, you know, he detects stuff.
Yeah.
Mickey sneezes.
Away from
When you
the bowl.
sneeze, dust just like blows everywhere.
He's like doing that. The bowl's like,
I eye you from across the room. Like,
Yeah, Sandra would probably set the lamp down on the pedestal and then again start looking around, but has no idea how to do investigation. He's just the doer, not the finder.
You could if you wanted to. Where's my thingy that tells me my things?
That was very descriptive.
The thing that tells you what the actions are, like attune, etc., etc. Where did
I've got the PDF. Why don't I have it open?
Here we go. I think you could do study.
I have no points into study.
Okay, so if you have no points, I'll roll 2 dice for you, and you take the lowest.
Okay.
Instead of the highest. I'm going to say that this is a controlled situation, so we're operating under the best of circumstances. Your lowest dice was a 1. You look around, and as you're looking around, your eyes kind of start to itch, and you kind of blink, and then your nose starts to feel a little stuffy, and it's getting a little harder for you to breathe, and you realize you're having an allergic reaction to the dust in this room.
Oh. Oh.
do we see him acting weird because of this?
Yeah, definitely. It's not like he doesn't look like he's about to die, but he is starting to look uncomfortable.
Uh-oh.
His nose is turning a little red.
Probably eyes are getting puffy.
Your eyes are getting puffy. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I didn't think there would be Zencarian mold in here. Okay, we either need to find something or get out of here quickly.
I'm with option 2. Right, kids?
So if we need to actually take a look around here, do you want me to take a look? Because I actually get to touch a lot of old stuff.
I think that's qualification enough.
Hi, you could do either study or you could do attune if you want to do your magic stuff.
Yeah. So let's put it this way. Do I think, as Kai, that the thing that I would be looking for would be a attune type thing? Is it a precursor type thing?
I think my understanding of it is that there's kind of a bit of way in everything. So because you're it's almost like a aspect of life. It is a little religious, but it's almost as if like if you were looking for someone's like aura, you know, like it is religious or superstitious, or it is a personal belief, but there also is some type of truth to it. You know, everything has like a heartbeat and a pulse, etc. So I think for you, searching for the way and things is kind of how you determine the story of a room. You know, how much way is present. Something that has more ways is more powerful, more ancient, more in touch with this seemingly intangible thing that other people experience and live through but aren't able to ever see the way that you do. So I think that's totally up to you, but I think it is within Kai's frame to anytime he's investigating something, searching for traces of the way would be a very normal thing to do.
Okay, and I thought that was well explained, so thank you. In going through it, is one gamifying this going to give me a better approach than the other? Like, is it easier to use attune or to use study, or are they about the same?
I think it just depends on what you're looking for. If you were to study, you would get more concrete evidence. Like, let's say we'll just take a completely different scenario, so I'm not like giving anything away, but let's say like you were in a room where there was like a murder or something. If you were to study, you might find like a boot print or something knocked over or like a piece of hair, you know, something physical. If you were to attune, you might feel the presence of a struggle or the use of an artifact to create harm or someone hiding in the closet.
Okay. I mean, I know what Kai wants to do. Kai wants to use attune, so I'm just going to stick with that.
Yeah.
And cool. Because of the fact that we want to move out of this room at some point, I am going to use advantage.
Sounds good.
And let's roll some dice.
And this is going to be a controlled situation. You got a 3.
I did so bad.
A 3 in a controlled situation isn't as bad as a 3 in a risky situation.
Can I at least knock something over?
There's really not that much to knock over. It's a pretty empty room. Okay. I'm trying to think of what I can offer you here. One of the things that you can do in this game is you can, like, when someone fails a roll, you can offer them a risky opportunity or a devil's bargain. So I'm just trying to think of something that would be good in the situation other than saying that you failed. So you close your eyes, as you always do when you're trying to attune, and you feel a very strong presence in this room, kind of from everywhere. And you believe that because this was a temple, this must have been some type of holy room, or it had some high cultural significance in that way. And that may be why you feel such a heavy way presence. This was a very important room in some aspect. But because it is so old and so much damage has been done so recently, you do feel a blockage. You feel something keeping you from accessing more. You feel like you should be able to get more. But you do sense, as you're, reaching your mind out, and you're very sensitive to the force of the way, you feel a ping, almost, some type of resistance back up towards the surface.
Okay. So I think whatever was here is on the surface.
Like in one of the boxes?
Yeah, possibly. or maybe on one of those tied up ghosts.
That's a good point. They're still up there.
Okay. Then
So now what?
Oh.
We boogie?
Now we go find where this thing is.
All right. Yeah, let's go. Come on, kids. We're going into danger.
And Senra kind of
You get-
trudges.
You get like a
Oh, no.
slap on the back from Imogen, like, come on, let's get the dust out. Like,
The journey up the stairs to the surface doesn't take quite as long because you kind of expect it. And Annis this time is in the back. And Centra, as you get further away from the room, you feel the symptoms dispersing. Your
Right, get the
sinuses clear up and
Get the non-polluted air out of my lungs, and it's
exactly. And as
easier.
soon as when you take your first salty breath of the sea air, because the air on Mem is all sea air,
right.
you feel a lot better. Now, Kai, the risky opportunity I'm going to give you is that as you get closer and closer towards the tied up ghosts, which is where you're feeling this connection, you can investigate it, but there is a chance that you may damage their suit. And you know that if they were exposed to the air, they would most likely die. You don't know that because you don't know very much about the ghosts, but you do know that they do live in exosuits for a very important reason.
we also know they're naked under there, so be wary.
It's true.
Just saying.
So,
I mean, is the
yes, I
bounty a
will-
dead or alive bounty?
For ghosts, the bounty is dead or destroyed.
Hmm.
There is no alive bounty for them.
So yes, I definitely take your proposal. Yes, let's do risky things.
Okay. You go up to the three of them and they're all kind of tangled together, and you sense this, it is very strongly coming from the one in the middle. And as you get closer, they are like solidly unconscious. To be fair, it's also only been about 20 minutes, so they're probably going to be out for a while, but there's really no chance that they're going to wake up. They hit their heads very hard. And as you get closer to the suit, you find that on the exterior there is like a chest pocket that has a zipper.
Sure.
And I will have you, as common with this game, roll to determine how well you unzipper this. So you will also be rolling to determine if you kill them. And I think that would be a... Why did I just close my book? God damn it. I literally just had to open to the page and then I was like, I'm gonna close it. I won't ever need this again. What are the thingies that you can do?
The approaches that I can take are doctor, hack, rig, study, helm, scramble, scrap, skulk, attune, command, consort, and sway.
Mm-hmm. What do you think this would be?
What do I think it would be, or what do I want it to be?
What do you think it would be? You can convince me.
Okay. So I'm not trying to be particularly subtle here, and I
Okay.
don't really need to have a fine touch. So I
Because
could
you don't
maybe-
really care if you kill these people. Is that what you're saying?
Well, that may be what I'm saying regarding the fact that I'm rolling on this for sure. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, in terms of an approach, I mean, I'm opening a pocket, so I don't feel like there's a lot of like subtlety necessary here. I could see making it a straight prowess roll, or I could see making it a scramble roll.
Yeah, let's do straight prowess.
All right. By the
And we're
way,
gonna say
chat,
this
if
is
anybody was looking to get an advantage in here, we don't have one for this. So I'm not saying I'm trying to kill characters, but it may happen.
I think this is also going to be risky.
Excellent. I mean, what could go wrong with risky? That's what we want. But that is the default, correct?
Risky tends to be everything you do is risky because this is a space opera. So occasionally something is controlled, sometimes it's desperate, but risky is the kind of default. Yeah.
That really is how the Hika Guard flies. Everything we do is risky. So
Is risky
yes.
at the very least.
The good news is prowess does give me 2 dice, so I am a little bit better prepared.
All right. Okay. So on risky, a 4 to 5 means you do it, but there's a consequence. And one of the consequences is that you end up in a desperate position. And we're almost done. So this is how I'm going to end today's game. And I think it'll be a lot of fun for Mickey and Centra.
Oh, yeehaw, let's go.
They basically get to walk away from whatever's going to happen.
Everything's coming up, Mickey.
You sense very strongly this presence of something in this man's kangaroo pocket on his exosuit. And if you had time to think about it, you would think that's a really weird design for an exosuit. Why do they have pockets? That seems dangerous. But that's in the back of your mind. And as you unzip the pocket, the ship very close by that belongs to the ghost begins to sound an alarm. And you hear a voice blasted over a loudspeaker that says, "Warning, warning, warning. Breach noticed. Breach has been found. There is a breach in the suit. Instigating emergency medical protocol."
Oh, I think that's my call. Annis, we gotta go.
I'm stood at the sidelines holding our children's hands. Like, what is happening?
Yes.
That's my song. I gotta go.
Oblivious.
What is it? Like, it sort of goes over.
But do I get the thing out of the pocket?
I don't know. We're going to have to find that out later. I think that is where we will end today. Because I don't see us getting any less in a weird position.
It's so stunning.
I don't see Mickey and Centra being able to make a clean exit from the game, so
Oh, so they're just gonna upright
Just bye.
might as well just end in a position where everything is hectic.
Da-da.
He's gone. He's putting those floaties to use. He is swimming out.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. We don't have credits for this show, so we are going to go around and say hi to everyone again. And we'd love to hear what your favorite bit is as well. And we will start, as we always do, with the very lovely Hans. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi. I always think it's going to start with Heavenly, but hey, here I am. Thank you. This is a lot of fun. The 2 people we have with us today, Wraith and Buggy, have been great sports about everything. Love the characters. A lot of fun playing with you both. So, yeah, awesome.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for putting up with our weird space children. Then we're going to move down to Wraith. Oh, hi.
Hi. Thank you for having me. This was incredibly fun. I'm Wraith. Wraith V ESG on Twitter. Godfather Wraith V _ESG on Twitch. Don't really do a lot of streaming or any, but I definitely would like to be more of a part of the TTRPG community. So love the opportunity to be here and be a part of this.
Absolutely. Did you have a favorite bit at all? Or...
From the beginning to the end.
Hey.
It's all lovely. It's fun. I was dying laughing for most of it.
Wonderful. Thank you. And then we're going to hop over to Buggy. Oh, hi.
Howdy. I'm Buggy. You can find me on Twitter at Buggy2077. I'm also here on Twitch at team_totem. I'll probably just say like L in the chat. L. Yeah, this has been fun. Thank you so much. Jesus Christ. 100% my favorite part. The sassy computer system. That was amazing. Just all these NPCs.
Awesome.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you for coming on. It was so much fun playing with you all. And I'm just going to say, and Heavenly, where can we find you? And did you have a favorite bit?
My favorite bit is always just what people do. How people react, like the way I think the viewer games are a lot of fun, but they present a very unique challenge in that every week essentially you have to introduce new characters that have a full arc that feels satisfying to everyone. And so I really love how so far I feel very lucky that everyone has made it very easy because their characters have always been very well formulated, very well played. And it's a lot of fun to get everyone together, and everyone's always been so different. So that's always my favorite part. You can find me on Twitter at That Is My Real Name. That is spelled THT. THT is my real name. And that's the best place to find me. That's where I am.
Awesome. Thank you. Otherwise, this has been so much fun. Thank you for coming and joining the chaos and our screaming little space child and my now fungus. Otherwise, please go check out the links in the Discord. We have a channel just for this. We'd love to hear what you think about it. Also, if you want to get a game, drop Scrat a DM on Twitter and we'll add you to the ever-growing list, so get in there quick. Also, if you've missed anything or just want to catch up on other shows as well, we have YouTube. You can find them all in playlists over there. A huge thank you to our wonderful sponsors in the form of Hero Forge. You will have seen some of our characters both upright and passed out at the beginning in miniature form. I know they're releasing a Kickstarter soon and there are early rewards for it, so please go check that out as well. A huge thank you to Magehand Press. If you like space in this, also go check out their Dark Matter, which is now fully released, which is D&D in space, which I've run a fair few campaigns for and I also love very dearly. And last but certainly not least, the Deck of Many. With the Deck of Many Things, magic spell cards, moving magic spell cards, and also Humblewood, which is... It's gorgeous. It's a very gorgeous book and very well written. So go check that out as well. Otherwise, keep evoking emotions and we'll see everyone tomorrow. Bye.